Hey guys, okay, so I was bored and now I'm going to have to work on some homework, but after this or something, but I really needed to pretty much just I really needed to do this because I don't want people to think that I'm not uploading anything anymore, and I didn't want people to unsubscribe. I mean, if you do, I guess it's nothing personal, but you know, to prevent as many people from unsubscribing as possible, I decided to upload something today, and I just remembered that like 2 months ago, I beat the very first Final Fantasy game for the PSP, but yeah, I finally beat it. Like, I finally gathered up the strength and motivation to do so, because before that I thought it was an okay game, but really I thought it was boring. Like, I mean, sometimes I'm all like, how is it that this spawns sequels again? Like, you know. But now I kind of see why. I like it a lot better than I used to, since, like, for those of you who don't know, this is my review for Final Fantasy 1 for the PSP. And, excuse me, all my ing, but, I sound like I've gotten I've gotten word from my friends that I sound like Barack Obama because I do that a lot. So anyway, excuse me if I sound a little nasal or if I sniff a lot. I it's allergy season and I of course have to have allergies, which sucksies, but whatevs. So I also so this game, it's actually really fun, and sorry I don't have my PSP to record footage with, but this is all I can do for now. If you guys want me to redo this review, so like when I'm better at recording, and I can finally record my PSP, just tell me in the comments or something, eventually. But anyway, so I beat this a few months ago. I finally gathered the courage, and well, not courage, but it's not a scary game, but I finally gathered the motivation to do so, and so these are obviously my thoughts on the game. It is a great game. It had no there. Now I know why it has sequels, although I kind of don't see why this is apparently award-winning. Well, I don't know if it's award-winning, but whatever. I like this game. I'd probably give it like a 4 out of 5, or a 3.75 out of 5, or a 7.5 out of 10, maybe 8 out of 10. But yeah, I guess I liked it. And it was quite a bit of fun, actually. Once you get past all the grinding necessary. In this game, you know how like in the other Final Fantasies you have to like do grinding to face this boss and stuff? Like in those games, if you thought grinding in those games were a pain, try this game. Trust me, it is so annoying to grind and 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 grind. Although although you really only have to do that in the first 5 hours, it is a pain in the butt to do so. It is so annoying. Like, you have to do that for so long. And really, in this game, in the other game, in the other games, your HP could go into the thousands and 10,000s, correct? In this game, your HP can only go into the hundreds. So really, in the other games, it's really more like you are grinding for levels, but you're also grinding a little more for HP, you know? In this game, HP does matter a bit, but it doesn't really matter that much, if you know what I mean. Excuse the shaky camera, I have shaky hands, I don't know why. I've had that since I was little, but anyway. So, I've been... So, after the long amounts of grinding, like, really, in this game, the only thing you grind for is money. Like, at the end of the game, you don't need money ever. Like, you already have, like, 1,000,000 gil, which is the gil cap at in this game. If it's, and so level 99, I'm probably, like, never gonna make myself get to level 99. Just like I did with Kingdom Hearts. So, this, so in the battle system, bleh, you obviously have to get a certain amount of experience to level up, and really, in this game, it doesn't really matter that much. What really matters is the gil and equipment you have. Levels are just a side note, but anyway, so the battle system is actually is obviously the simplest in the series. You know, attack, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, magic, attack, magic, guard, blah blah blah, and it's not really hard to grasp at all, really. I mean, I guess for some people, if like they never played RPGs before, obviously they might have a little trouble with it. But you know, if you played RPGs before, and you can't grasp this battle system, in my opinion, that seems kind of weird. No offense, but I'm not gonna like give you crap about it. But anyway, so it's, you know, just attack, guard, magic, run away. That's really all there is to it. Nothing super special, but yeah. Anyway, so this is before they got into active time battle. Unlike the other ones, like, you know, where you have the ATB gauge or the active dimension battle system or whatever, you know, you had turns. Like, I mean, sure, they take turns later, but in Final Fantasy X and in later games, depending on how fast your ATB gauge filled up. But in this game, speed, you know how speed normally affects, like, how fast your ATB gauge fills up or something like that. In this game, speed just affects which turn comes first, just like agility in Final Fantasy X. So, your stats, you know, obviously increase upon level ups, and blah blah blah. So, I found this game, after grinding for all that money, it's probably because I ground for so long, but, I got all that money, got all that equipment, and after that, really, you're set for most of the game. After that, I found all the bosses to be frickin' pushovers. Like, all the enemies were just a pain in the butt to deal with. Like, they weren't hard by that. I don't mean that they were hard by that. They were just easy, and they were just annoying, really. The bosses and enemies were really not that hard after that. You just had to go to a new town, see if they had any new equipment or spells, buy them, and you're set, really. After getting to, like, the third town, I think? Yeah, after grinding for money to get equipment and magic in the third town, you really don't need to grind a whole lot more, since, like, then they're gonna start giving you, like, hundreds of experience, hundreds of gil. You can accumulate gil, like, really quickly. I remember coming out of out of the dungeon after the third town, and I had like 9,000 gil when I entered with, like, I don't know, 2 gil, maybe more than that, but still, I found it to be a really easy game. It's really simple. I mean, I bet it was a lot harder in the original NES version. In fact, hold on, let me get it real quick. As you can see, I've reorganized, well, actually, yeah, the room has been reorganized. So, let's see if I can find it. Dragon Warrior, oh wait, wrong one. I got that for my 14th birthday, which my 15th is coming up, and I can't wait. But, let's see. I got an NES for my 14th birthday. Oh wait, no, I got Final Fantasy for my 14th birthday, and then I went to, I live in Alaska, Anchorage, but, this is Final Fantasy. Let's see if I can get it out. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, I got the original Final Fantasy for, the NES. And, yeah, sure, it's fun, but, the NES version is a pain in the ass. So, yeah, in the original NES version, the level cap was 50, and it took a lot longer to level up, and blah blah blah. It was just a pain in my butt. Like, I mean, sure, I like this game. I'm probably gonna get back into it some other time, but I'm at the point like that I was talking about in the early video, like where you just have to grind and grind and grind and grind and grind. It's so irritating to grind in this game, but after that, like I said, you're set. Maybe I'll just put it on top for now. So, yeah, so like the final boss, like really sorry, that was my phone. Like really the only problem with like the bosses, if there were any problems, is that they just had a lot of HP. Or if you in the PSP version, like they added a new dungeon called the Soul of Chaos, I think it was. I don't know. I haven't really gotten there yet. I've been focused on the oh wait, no. The Soul of Chaos dungeons were different dungeons. I forget what dungeon that they added. Oh well, anyway, so yeah, they added a new dungeon. They added a new dungeon on top of the 4 dungeons that they added in the Game Boy Advance version. So obviously, this is the penultimate version. In the Game Boy Advance version, or was it actually the PS1 version? I don't know. They added a ton. Like they raised the level cap to 99. They made it easier to level up, and in like the so in the Game Boy Advance versions, after you defeated the 4 elemental archfiends, you could defeat dungeon. You could. They had these like dungeons that were unlocked after you beat each one. Like if you beat Scar. Oh wait, no, not Scarmiglione. What's his name? Tiamat. Well, yeah, you face him later, but what was that one? Lich, whatever you say. After you beat Lich or Lick, however you pronounce it, you can pretty much just like go to this Earth Shrine or Earth Gift Shrine or whatever, and then you can defeat then you can go in and like defeat the boss. But if you went in too early, like it was going to be really hard and stuff. So yeah, like if you went in too early. So really the only problem with bosses is either they had a ton of HP, or you just entered in or you just tried to face the optional bosses too early. Like after the end of the game, like you can pretty much kill anything, really. Like I mean, that is if you went to the weakest dungeons to strongest dungeons, you'd obviously get leveled up enough that you could easily tackle the other dungeons. And yeah, I'm only on the 3rd one, which is called the Water. No. I don't know, but whatever. So I'm only on the 3rd. Like the bonus dungeons, you have to face them. You have to go through them more than once normally. Like for the first one, Earth Gift Shrine, you have to beat that one 4 times if you want to get all the bosses. I mean, you can go to the other ones if you want, but I just wanted to run through them completely. So, like, they get more floors as you go along, and it's really a pain. But so in the PSP version, they added a new dungeon on top of that, and so the new dungeon, I haven't even been there yet. I haven't even touched the 4th Soul of Chaos dungeon yet. So yeah, so you're gonna like this game. I'd recommend picking it up if you want to get into the Final Fantasy series and you want an easy game. If you're patient enough and you can play it for 5 hours and you can get past the grinding, after that, trust me, if you keep playing it, you'll stop thinking that it's a bad game. But anyway, sorry if the review was really weird. Ask me if you want me to redo it in the comments section, and yeah, that's really it. post comments, and subscribe. Bye.